This Friday, one of the sexiest movies ever made arrives.
Want me to come tuck you in?
Critics are calling Challengers fierce, electrifying, and deliriously enjoyable.
So, how often does this happen? Going after the same girl?
This is Zendaya like you've never seen her before.
Unfortunately, my only skill in life is hitting a ball with a racket.
I want you to be my coach. I want you to be my coach.
Luca Guadagnino's Challengers is nothing short of miraculous.
I'm taking such good care of my little white boys.
It's an utterly magical experience.
Decimate that little bitch.
Zendaya mesmerizes like nothing she's previously done.
You're not a member of my fan club?
It will leave you breathless. Do not miss this movie. Challengers.
Good night.
Rated R. Only in theaters Friday.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Classic Chronicles. I hope everybody enjoyed their weekend and is ready to conquer the week that is. And on today's episode, I'm going to be talking about Challengers, starring Zendaya, Josh O'Connor, and Mike Feist. So Challengers tells the story of Tashi, played by Zendaya. She's a former tennis player turned coach, and she takes her husband Art from like mediocre tennis player to Grand Slam champion. But the problem is that he's kind of lost his touch, and to help Art kind of regain his form and get back to the player that he was, Tashi enters Art in a Challengers tournament. So the Challengers tournament is like kind of the lowest like level of tournament that you can play as a pro tennis player, as I've learned in the movie, because I know absolutely nothing about tennis. So that's kind of kind of a starting point if you want to like get to like the U.S. Open and all the opens that are in tennis. So as Art is playing in the Open, in the Challengers Open, he finds himself up against his former best friend Patrick, who's washed up and kind of just like phoning it in, and he's got a beat up car, forced to sleep in the parking lot and all that stuff, and they not only are Art and Patrick former best friends, but that is also Tashi's former boyfriends, and now the stakes get a little more higher than just winning a tennis tournament. Zendaya, Tashi has to kind of balance her love for her husband, and then being being manipulated by her ex-boyfriend Patrick. And things happen. I'm not gonna get too much into it, but man, it is high octane. If you love tennis, you will definitely love this movie because it shows like all the preparation that has to go into tennis, and how like what needs to be done to play at your absolute best, and Zendaya absolutely shines in this movie, as she always does in any performance that she does. Anytime that she's on the big screen, I should say. And also the Mike Feist and Justin O'Connor do a great job playing their characters, and they have a great dynamic on screen. Just the whole chemistry of the cast is top notch, and that always makes for a top notch performance. And the direction and cinematography it's second to none. It makes you really feel like you're out there on the playing court and you're in the game, especially if you see this in IMAX like I got the opportunity to. You feel every bounce of the ball. You hear the competitors just giving it their all out there. It's so cool. So credit to the director. I forgot his last name, but I know his first name is Lucas. But what do you call it, man? Just a top notch film. Right, it was a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. Like I said, I know nothing about tennis, and this movie. After you kind of walk out of this film, you want to go find your find your nearest tennis court and start learning the game, because it definitely makes you want to play the game of tennis. But man, it is such a good movie, and I got to see it a little bit early via an advanced screening. And Zendaya and the rest of the cast showed up, but unfortunately I couldn't get any footage because everybody was standing up trying to catch a shot at them. So I was kind of asked out on that part. But no, and a little funny anecdote before we wrap this one up. What do you call it? So I'm rolling into the theater and so I usually stop and go get my concessions before I head to the theater, because in IMAX, especially in the theater that we were in, once you go up, it's like hard for me to get down. Like anybody else could just walk down the stairs, but for the differently abled, once you go up, you're probably not gonna want to come back down until the movie's over. So it makes sense to kind of just get everything before you can, and then while you can, and before the movie starts. So I stop on the second floor because IMAX is up on the fourth floor. So I stop on the second floor to get my concessions and everything, and after I'm done, I go back up to catch the elevator back upstairs to IMAX. This is about maybe 30 minutes before the movie starts. So I go back up to catch the elevator, and I'm sitting there wondering why it's not working. The button's not lighting up, and then I asked one of the theater attendants, and they said, "Oh, security, locked the elevator because the celebrities were going back and forth and trying to get up and down." All right, fine, great. But the only problem is, I wish somebody would have told me that before I stopped on the second floor to get concessions. And then, so long story short, I'm stuck down on the second floor for like 20 minutes waiting for the elevators to get opened back up. And I thought I was going to miss the movie, but I didn't end up missing the movie. But, hey, what the hell? Yeah, it always happens. It couldn't happen to a nicer guy, right? But anyway, no. Definitely go check out Challengers in theaters now. And that is going to do it for this episode of the Classic Chronicles. Like, subscribe, share. Don't forget to hit that notification button so you don't miss a video. And I, of course, will see you guys on the next one. Peace.